It is Fist Bump Friday, and I am here this week with Jessica Floresco. I will let Jessica introduce herself. Hopefully we got the camera relatively level. I struggled with that for a minute, but that's how you know this is like an amateur sort of low-budget production, and you get the real, the real nitty-gritty of it. So, Jessica, welcome to Fist Bump Friday. We are here with our friend Fist Bump Fern. I don't think this is a fern, but it's a plant.
Some love, I think. It's a little
I know. I was looking at that, and so we'll have to deal with that in future weeks. But thanks for being here, and maybe I can start by getting you to just introduce yourself.
Sure. I'm Jessica Floresco. I'm the general manager at Mother Earth Recycling. We are a social enterprise located here in Winnipeg.
Okay, and what does Mother Earth Recycling do?
We provide e-waste recycling, refurbishment, and reselling, and we also do mattress recycling.
Yeah.
But our main focus is to provide jobs and training opportunities to Aboriginal youth in the community.
So that's a good segue into something that I was hoping to get your take on. So in starting ChangeWealth, I've come to be familiar with the sector that is known as social enterprise. And I guess I have my own take on the concept. And so in our case, we're sort of a business that provides a conventional service and aims to use that business specifically to support like the charitable and nonprofit community. Mm-hmm. But your version of a social enterprise, and sort of I've learned that there's a lot of different ways in which a business can sort of live out its like social goal. Can you explain how you guys sort of embody your social mission, if I can describe it that way?
Sure. So what Mother Earth Recycling does is more described as a work integration social enterprise.
Okay, yeah.
So our primary focus is to provide jobs and training through, for us, it was through the environmental sector. So doing the recycling. There's a lot of other organizations out there like New Directions and Scope that do the same kind of work integration, but through different programs. So for us, our main focus is people who have multiple barriers to employment in the Aboriginal community. Yeah. So whether that is low education, past criminal records, addictions problems, gang affiliation, things like that, we bring them into our organization for 6 to 8 months at a time is our goal. And we help them learn some basic job skills, some more job-specific skills. If they're really interested in computers, they can help with our IT team. Yeah. If they're very hands-on, they can work with the mattress program, things like that. And we also work with them to teach them some more life skills. So on Friday when you get your paycheck, you shouldn't blow it all in one weekend and then have to run to the mission for lunch every day. So how do you go grocery shopping? How do you buy lunches? How do you pack lunches? How do you budget for your rent? Things like that. So we help them with some things like that as well. And then towards the end of their placements with us, we help them with their resumes and help them apply for jobs and hopefully get them careers within the community. Yeah,
awesome. So would it be fair to say that sort of just by operating and by virtue of the fact that you operate and employ the people that you sort of seek to employ, like that is basically how you live out your mission as an organization?
Yes.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
And just to sort of spell it out, I guess, so social enterprise, I guess the term sort of implies, the word enterprise implies like a business aspect of the operation. So how is it that you guys generate your revenue, which enables you to sort of operate and keep the lights on?
So our main revenue source is through the e-waste recycling. Yep. We operate a storefront, so we actually do some refurbishment of computers. So computers that come in from large organizations that give us permission to resell and refurbish. Yeah. We do that. We also have a repair store. So if your computer breaks down tomorrow, you can bring it in and our IT team will fix it for you.
I hope it doesn't, because I
really
need
hope not. Yeah,
thanks.
Fingers crossed. Sorry about that. Hopefully I didn't jinx you now.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then we also do the mattress recycling program. So that's fairly new. We're the only mattress recycler in Manitoba. So we charge $15 per piece, and the mattresses come in, and our staff tear them apart and recycle 100% of the mattress that comes in. So into the fabric, the foam, the metal, and the wood. Yeah. And then we generate a very small revenue from that, but that's where we end up making most jobs.
Right on. Yeah. So, so that's, you provide basically a service to, some of it is direct to sort of individual consumers, and some of it is a service to even, businesses that have a bunch of like waste to get rid of and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And that keeps the whole engine running. And so you and I were talking sort of off camera, and I find it just really interesting to consider that there are, businesses in so many different industries that have, these really compelling sort of social goals and are doing great work to this effect. And actually, to acknowledge that the consumer has options to support these types of businesses is really cool. So this is me plugging on Jessica's behalf. If you have like a mattress to recycle, for instance, or you have e-waste, keep Mother Earth recycling in mind. Is that fair to say? Right on. So what brought you to this work?
I was actually working for a consulting company that I started with my business partner. We were almost doing social enterprise without knowing it. We took skills that we had learned in corporate jobs through project management, building redesign, things like that. Lean light is what we like to call it.
Okay.
So taking those higher quality skills like lean manufacturing and redesign and things like that, and then bringing them into smaller businesses that wouldn't regularly be able to afford to hire someone to do that. So that's what we were doing. We were going to small, medium-sized businesses, helping them get their margins up, helping them become more profitable, getting their turn times down, things like that. And we kind of stumbled upon Mother Earth Recycling, and we just never left. So I'm still here.
So so that's a good that's a good indication that you're getting something out of it. So talk to me about what is it that keeps you doing the work that you do?
Well, you and I discussed before we started the video how you have all these grand goals, and you can see 5 years in the future how amazing ChangeWealth can be and the potential it has. That's kind of how I felt when I came into Mother Earth Recycling. I could see 5-10 years down the road all these other potential projects that they could do, and how they could really be a pillar in the community for the social enterprise community, the Indigenous community, as well as just as a business that provides environmental services. So going into work every day and seeing those small steps that we're taking towards that 5-10 year goal is really what keeps me around, and seeing all the employees that we bring in that really have no desire to work sometimes, or don't know how to work. They don't know what they want to do with their lives, and they leave at the end of 6 months getting accepted into Red River College or getting a career out in the world. So that really keeps me going too.
Keeps you going. So it's it's rewarding on a personal level. That's awesome. With this little sort of goofy interview series that we do here, the thing that I find really energizing is to sort of chat with people like you, who are kind of driven by the idea of helping others. That's kind of the theme of Fist Bump Fridays, is to acknowledge people that we look up to in that way. So whether that's a person who's kind of helping. Last week we had my buddy Quinn, who's a physiotherapist, on, and he's helping individuals in his work every day. You're actually living out this this vision that could be a real positive impact on the community. So I can imagine that. But you've come a long way. Like, again, Jessica, she'll be modest about this, but Mother Earth Recycling and Jessica's work in particular has sort of been award winning. And if you Google them, you'll find that. And so, I guess kudos on all the great work that you do. So what's next for you guys in the next 12 to 24 months?
Our next big project is working with the city of Winnipeg to start having mattress and box spring diversion at all 3 4R Depot locations. 2 are open. They're opening a 3rd 4R Depot this year. Right now, it's expected that about 30 to 40,000 mattresses go into the landfill every year in Winnipeg alone.
Nice.
So it's a huge volume. It's the volume of the new hydro building on Portage every year full of mattresses.
Wow.
I did the math because I'm that cool. And mattresses, they don't compact. They live as a mattress forever in the landfill. Yeah. So we can recycle 100% of every mattress that comes in, and we can create jobs, and we can create some economic revenue for the Indigenous community right here in the Point Douglas area. So that's kind of our next big step, is trying to work out that contract and start that going.
Nice. That is awesome. And no wonder it sort of keeps you going, right? Yeah. So maybe we'll leave it at that for today, but it is Fist Bump Friday, and we can't leave without doing the patented fist bump. So kudos on the work that you do.
You too.
Thanks. Appreciate it. And we'll talk to everybody next time. Real quick, Jessica's gone now. I'm here with Fist Bump Fern, and I didn't have many jobs in talking to Jessica, but one of them was to ask her if she had anything to plug, and I failed miserably. So I will plug on her behalf. You can find Mother Earth Recycling at motherearthrecycling.ca, and they're on Facebook at Mother Earth Recycling. So we'll put the links down here, and please do consider them if you have any mattress or box spring waste or electronic waste. Don't dispose of those things without keeping Mother Earth Recycling in mind. Look them up, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks. Bye.